That's the informal way of saying hello in Croatian. I'm Johnny Quinones, and welcome to the final episode of EIV's Beyond the Moat. This week we're going to be letting you into our last travel weekend here at the castle. We're going to be following our correspondent Dominique's trip in the south of Croatia. But before we get to that, we're going to show you how our 25th anniversary celebration went last week.
Now, it's nothing new that each year kids come to the castle. They travel, they eat stroopwafel, they dance on the tables at American Night. But coming to the end of 3 weeks of what some would call magical, others would call thrilling experience at the castle, something happened. In this spring 2011 term marks 25 years that the Castile program have been up and running. So what did we do to celebrate? Now, Monday brought the haunted house, where the entire Castile grounds were transformed into an adventure to hopefully free the ghost of Sophie.
It's wonderful to be here and to be out this evening.
I'm excited for the haunted house because I want the pants scared of me.
The haunted house is the best. It's the best ever.
I hate haunted houses a lot. I was shaking and I don't like them at all, but it was a lot of fun.
It was good, huh?
Now, the 25th anniversary dinner began with a castle socialite reception, including the president, some trustees, castle students, and castle alums, before we all made our way to the courtyard to watch the Royal Army impress us with their flagging skills. Later, we watched some Falcons fly, and then we finally made our way to Daboon for the 25th anniversary dinner.
Ceremony. I thought it was so beautiful. I love this day. I love everything. The food was fantastic. The songs were fantastic. I love life. I love everyone here. I can't believe I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I can't handle it. I can't handle it.
Tonight's festivities have only been a testament to what the castle program is all about. All around, I know that this was a once-in-a-lifetime experience I will never forget. Back to you, Johnny.
Did you know that the reason why our semester here ends so much earlier than you guys back in Boston is because of a law in the European Union that states that we can't stay here on our passports more than 90 days? While that means our trip is cut a bit short, it also means that we'll get to see you guys back in Boston a whole lot sooner. But in the meantime, let's take a look back on some of our favorite memories from these past 3 months. Oh, hello. It's Johnny, and welcome to the first episode of EIV's Beyond the Moat. Ciao. Mi chiamo Johnny e benvenuto a EIV's Beyond the Moat. Dobry den. That's Czech for hello.
I am Amsterdam.
Buongiorno, I'm your travel correspondent, Courtney Carter, here to take you on a quick tour of Milan.
Ahoy, and welcome to Beyond the Moat.
Hello from Barcelona, me llamo Dominique and I'm here right off the metro in Plaza de Canalia.
The city built this monument to attract people to a city that's more than just about wooden clogs and windmills.
My name is Joelle, and this weekend the Castle Dwellers are on their second academic excursion in the Czech Republic.
I'm still figuring out the Monopoly, but it's...
Expelliarmus!
All through the week, our beloved prefects, or you call them RAs back in the United States, and the Office of Student Affairs planned a bunch of fun events for us to partake in. We had a rousing game of Harry Potter trivia. We even built castles out of stroopwafel. And we kicked up our brooms and played a fun game of Quidditch.
It's wonderful to be here.
What we will miss most about the castle? I'm actually gonna miss the castle a lot. I'm gonna miss
The Moat.
traveling every weekend to Boston City. I think most of all I'll miss the nice, kind Dutch people that we've encountered since we've been here. Castle. I'm going to miss our OSA staff so much. I've never had this intimate and friendly of a relationship with adult authority figures, and it's been incredible. It's such a reciprocal relationship, and that's something I really can't get at Emerson despite its small campus. This is probably my favorite place in the whole world, and I've definitely planned on coming back, hopefully for grad school. I'm really gonna miss OSA. They've really done a lot for me, hanging out with Donna at night and gossiping, and making fun of Johnny and Renee, playing soccer, hanging out with Robert at Werewolves, and going to soccer games at Hugh Bear. The people here are just really nice, and I'm gonna miss that really laid-back mentality that everyone has. Swan and Nellie making delicious food every day.
Miss knowing that I'm always going to see somebody in a matter of days. Miss everything about the castle.
I'm sad that when we go back, we'll still keep in touch, but it'll never be the same. I'm gonna miss everything about the castle.
Sounds like some pretty fun times, and it has been some of the most fun times of our entire life these past 3 months living here in the castle. And I want to take this moment to thank some people for allowing such a fun time. Office of Student Affairs have been so accommodating, so helpful, and so nice to us our entire time here. Thanks to Rob and Dulcia for being the program directors and creating this awesome program that we have here. Thanks to David Griffin back in Boston, who has helped us out so much before and during the experience. And of course, thank you to EIV for giving us this awesome opportunity to document our times here. And now it's time to take a look at one last trip of one last correspondent. Let's take a look at how Dominique Banya stayed in the south of Croatia. Let's go beyond the moat.
Hey guys, I'm Dominique Banya, your travel correspondent, and I'm actually on the ferry as we speak, on my way to Zadar, Croatia, which is located on the northern Dalmatian coast. Although Zadar is one of Croatia's underrated destinations, it is actually the 5th largest city in Croatia and the 2nd largest in the Dalmatian region. Famous for its old churches and other forms of antiquity, let's check out what this coastal city has to offer. Zadar's Roman Forum. The Roman Forum was built between the 1st century BC and the 3rd century AD and was dedicated at the time to the reign of Emperor Augustus. Although the Forum wasn't discovered until the 1930s, it was later damaged during World War II when the Allied troops bombed the city of Zadar.
My favorite part was definitely going to the beach, even though the weather was really cold and it was a lot of rocks and tile. I swam in the Adriatic Sea, I went hiking, I explored the city. Taking the ferry into Zadar because we're staying on an island. I really
Definitely
like
different from Castile. Well, that's
definitely different.
And now I'm here at the seafood restaurant called Thoza. This seafood restaurant combines traditions of old Dalmatian style and modern times as well. This New York Times reviewed restaurant is definitely one you don't want to miss out on. Let's take a look. First course, fish soup. Second course, a filleted sea bass seasoned in a Dalmatian style. Third and final course, some good old-fashioned apple pie. So unfortunately, it's time to bid farewell. This underrated destination truly turned out to be a hidden gem. From the beautiful beaches to the warm and sunny weather and the delicious cuisine, the city is unlike any other. So I suggest if you're ever making your way to Croatia, definitely check out this coastal city. Farewell Zadar, it has truly been a pleasure. For EIV's Beyond the Moat, I'm Dominique Fontes. See you next time.
So Dominique, you were in Zadar, Croatia this past weekend.
I was.
And which makes me want to ask, the first thing is that, we all remember, our expectations of coming to the castle when we were back in Boston, and, the places that we were going to want to go, the places we were going to want to see, but Croatia is not one of the first places that comes to mind when you think of traveling Europe. So tell me, why Croatia? And I will make a point that Croatia was very popular this semester.
It was.
So why?
So Croatia was something that I talked with a couple of my friends that I went to the castle about going to. A lot of people in the past past semesters have come to Croatia and they've recommended, like, you need to go to this city or you need to check Croatia out because it's definitely a very underrated destination in Europe. But we figured, you know what, we want to go somewhere warm in the beginning of April.
Yeah.
It's in Eastern Europe, which means it's going to be cheap.
Yeah.
So we figured, why not Croatia? And of course, Ryanair was only flying to Zadar. A lot of people recommended going to Dubrovnik, but we're like, I'm sure Zadar has something to offer, and we did a lot of research, and there surprisingly was. So we checked it out. It was a cheap flight, and a lot of people joined in, so it was a lot of fun.
Great. And what is it about Croatia that makes it a unique country, separate from the rest of Europe?
It's really exotic. Obviously Zadar was a coastal city, and Croatia is just like a very exotic destination. You don't really hear, like I said, a lot of people are going there, but I think it was just like the sites. There's not really a lot of like land-made sites. It's all very natural. There's like a lot of like hiking and a lot of oceans and everything like that. So in that aspect, I think it was different from all the other cities that were all modern buildings and art and everything like that. It was all pretty natural.
Great. And this was, we're at the tail end of our travels here, and it's been a while. I remember when we were back doing Barcelona and talking about Spain and all that. So can you tell me, is there anything that you maybe learned from your previous travels, or any experiences that you've drawn from earlier on from this semester that helped you out with your last trip here?
I would say just because, like we said, Zadar in Croatia is not a very popular destination to go to. You kind of have to find something fun and something special about that city to make you excited to go and to make you excited to be there. And I think for me, it was definitely going with a big group of people from the castle. Like, we rented an apartment. It was like a group of 8 girls and like a lot of my close friends that I made here, and we just had a great time and we just relaxed and enjoyed Zadar.
That sounds awesome. So glad you had a good time. It was really good talking to you again. And thank you for tuning in to the final episode of Beyond the Moat. It's been a great semester here in Europe, and if you want to continue to relive through our moments and our times here at the Castile Well program, continue to check out beyondthemoat.tumblr.com. The last time, toesies.
Are you rolling?
I am rolling.
Yo, EIV, let that camera roll. I'm in a medieval castle with goblins and trolls, but it's time to say bye, and I'm feeling really sad. Gotta fly back home, feeling really bad. I'm gonna name a few people who I'm gonna miss. Let me go down, use my fingers on that list. Got Johnny and Robert from Osa. Got Doña, beautiful like my hermosa. That's beautiful in Spanish, it shouldn't be a noun, but I still managed to use that word in case you hadn't heard. Dulcia and Rob, they're also great. Please spread the word. Oh, Ralph Tross with that mushroom hair, and Rob Dukers from that church over there in Maastricht. Getting really strict with the way he teaches history, so legit. We got lots of great kids, they're not stuck on the skid row. We got Leah over here and Katie on the camera. We got a bunch of the people in there. I'm not even speaking words right now. You can cut that part. It smells like fart. I don't know. Hey.